Hi, it's Stewart Keys. It's Thursday, it's 8 p.m. and I'm here every Thursday at 8 p.m. with a new video. I hope you enjoyed last week's about poltergeists. This is something slightly different this week. It's about the transitional period of a loved one when they leave this earth plane and move into the spirit world. We're here in our own grieving process at the time, trying to deal with the loss of that person, but what is happening to that spirit? What is happening to that loved one when they're going through their own transitional period? So, over the years now, 15 years of doing readings, spirits, my own guides, Solomon, Atawar, have shown me, as well as many loved ones through the years in readings, have shown me that the transitional period that takes place from the closing of the eye of that person passing away is literally milliseconds, is closing eyes, opening them up, and you are in the spirit world. You're greeted by your loved ones. We are going from 7 different spheres that we have here. We have the first sphere that we're living on the earth plane, and then we transition and go into the second sphere. So all our loved ones are there in the second sphere, and then we can go through all these different spheres. All these different spheres, a bit like a universe, I suppose, and massive spaces that we can go from and to, a bit like emigrating or going from here to Australia, for example. So this loved one, they go through, depending on their passing. If there's a suicide, for example, it can take them a little bit longer. If we think there's no time in spirit, there's no weeks, days, months, years in spirit. So we're trying to comprehend this now. So there's no time there. So say it's going to take that person a little bit longer. Well, that's about 2 weeks of our time here. So they go through the counselling, they come to terms with what's taken place. Murders, accidents, passings that have no knowledge, instant like that. They had no knowledge of what is going to take place. That again takes a good 1-2 weeks of our earth time. When there is a passing that we do know about, say for example someone is dying with cancer, they've crossed over, they have knowledge that their soul is going, they're letting their soul go, they're preparing for that change. So they get into spirit straight away, come to terms with where they are very, very quickly. The love, the peace, the happiness is, you think of being a happy moment and then you times that by 10. That's how that feels. It's absolute euphoria. They then can live like they used to here. There's also replicas of what they had here to make the transitional period much easier. So you have your home, you have your areas, you can go out in the fields, you can go to the beach. It is exactly the same. There's not a lot of difference. They then need to learn the language of telepathic communication or physical, being able to move and shift things. Now that can take sometimes a good few months of our earth time and sometimes up to a year. So I hope that gives you a little inkling of what it's about. I will be talking more about this as we go forward over the next few weeks. Feel free to jump onto my website to look at the other videos, www.stewartkeys.com, or onto my Facebook page, Stewart Keys Psychic, or my YouTube channel, Stewart Keys Live. Have a good evening.